Welcome to the Investment Circle. I'm your host, Adil Anwar, and on this video, we're going to discuss IPO lockup periods and why the expiration date for that lockup period could mean huge potential gains for your trading account. And at the end of the video, we're going to discuss a large multinational corporation that just had an IPO lockup period that is going to expire on November 6th. My birthday. Let's hit that intro music. An IPO lockup is when insiders that are holding a company's shares are not allowed to sell those shares on the open market until a specified date in the future. An IPO lockup exists to make the banks that listed a company's shares money so that there's not too many shares that are put onto the markets at one time, causing a stock's price to tank. Because according to what we know about supply and demand, the more shares that are on the market, the lower that the price of a company will be because there's more supply, because there's more shares. For example, tomorrow, Uber will have their IPO lockup period expire, which means that those insiders that have been holding on to their Uber shares, wanting to sell them for so long, will finally be able to get them off their hands and onto the markets. So what does that mean for you? That means that you can expect Uber's price to fall drastically in the next few days. You know, some of the insiders might be intelligent and know that they shouldn't just list the day that an IPO period expiration takes place. But there's gonna be other people, they need the money. And they're gonna decide, you know what? It's time to get rid of these shares. Uber has a lot of headwinds, a lot of competition. Let's just, get rid of these shares. Some of those headwinds for Uber are that it's just spread a little too thin. Unlike Lyft that focuses mainly on the US and Canada, Uber has markets in the Middle East. It's trying to work on a partnership in China. It's trying to get its, fingers in as many pies as possible. And what that does is, even though they're growing at all costs, they're also keeping themselves from being profitable because they have to keep spending and keep spending and keep spending to hopefully become profitable one day in the future. According to RBC Capital's Mike Mahaney, up to 1.7 billion shares of Uber could be listed on November 6th. And let me tell you, that would be 90% of all the shares that Uber has, which, that could put a lot of downwards pressure on that price. And after discussing those earlier headwinds that we discussed, and also the fact that they have to replace Travis Kalanick with Dara, their new CEO, I think there's a lot of headwinds for the company. So I do feel comfortable buying some puts in this company. Puts are when we buy a contract that represents 100 shares per one contract, that the price is going to go down in the future. And I feel really comfortable buying these. I bought 4 puts just today, actually, because I think that the price will go down. I gave myself a little bit of time, a November 29th expiration date, because I think, we want to give people time to list their shares, not just expect them to do it on November 6th, the day that they can. But I think there's huge headwinds for Uber up ahead. So I think buying puts or selling Uber short would make sense. Now remember, any financial advice we give you is for entertainment purposes only. If you make any financial decisions, make sure to talk to your financial advisor first. But I think it's important, to learn what you can on YouTube, learn what you can, and then talk to your financial advisor so you can have an educated discussion with him. I know for my accountant, there's a few things that he was overlooking that, I actually learned from another YouTuber, Graham Stephan. Thanks, bud, shout out. But anyway, I want to just keep this video short and simple. I want to thank you guys again for watching. If you guys could, please like and subscribe, hit that below. And if you could, just comment, what kind of content you guys want to see. One of my buddies told me he wants to see a lot more stock content. And so I told him, don't worry. We're going to be explaining how to trade from beginners to more advanced topics such as crypto, futures, and also, options as well. These more leveraged products. But If you're a beginner, I'd say just buy stocks or buy ETFs outright. Don't even short right now, because when you short, you have the potential to lose more than 100% of whatever you put in. So I think when you're starting out, just buy stocks and ETFs. And keep the ETFs as a larger amount, passive investment as a larger amount of your portfolio. We're gonna make a future video that discusses exactly the breakdown of, for a beginner, a more well-versed trader versus an advanced trader, of how you can maybe break up some of these securities. As far as IPO lockups go, we're gonna put a link below to all the expiration dates to IPOs that have happened in the past couple years, so that you know when the expirations will take place and you can make an educated decision to decide to buy the company's shares at a lower price after the lockup period ends, or to sell short or buy puts that the price is going to go down, and to see that happen. I want to thank you guys, as always, the Investment Circle, entrepreneurship together. Let's do this.